Hi, friends. Welcome back to the Share Report. Thanks so much for joining me live again. So we have lots and lots to talk about today, and you may have seen from the title of this video, why is everyone talking about AIPAC? So I want to say that I have discovered so much recently, just diving deeper, being a very concerned citizen of the United States and very concerned person about where my tax money's going. And I found a lot of things just digging through, seeing where all these extra tax dollars are going, considering that I have to pay so much property taxes and so many taxes in general, and that my paycheck is not meeting up with all these taxes and inflation and things that are just going up and up and up. And my paycheck is not matching up. So I'm just trying to see, like, okay, do we really need to take so many taxes out? Where's my money going? That kind of thing. And what are they funding, like with the tax money? Like, where's all this money going? So it kind of led me into a rabbit hole, right? Okay, so you're probably thinking, what does this have to do with it? Okay, so there's a lot to do. Our tax money has a lot to do with what I just opened up this video about. Okay, so AIPAC, you're probably wondering, okay, what is AIPAC? I was thinking the same thing. I keep hearing the word AIPAC is lobbying this and AIPAC is funding this. I'm like, you know what, let me dig a little deeper. Okay, and I did. I'm actually going to play a little video for you so that you don't have to hear it just from me. But AIPAC stands for American Israel Public Affairs Committee. It's a major pro-Israeli lobbying group. And I'm going to say the letter I because we know sometimes our videos can get shadow banned if we mention one country too much, and you get called anti this if you're just speaking about something factually. Even though we can talk about other ethnicities and nationalities and minorities like myself, we can talk about people that look like me constantly over and over and over again, and people won't say anything. Okay, but just one group of people, you can't say anything about them. So anyway, I'm just going to refer to them as the letter I group. Okay, we're going to just talk about the letter I. All right, so anyway, so AIPAC basically is just a pro-I lobbying group. Okay, so they basically get in the pockets of our politicians. So you're wondering, like, remember I said other videos ago, like probably several times throughout plenty of videos, I had said, I often wonder, and it makes me think that every single politician we elect, they always end up with the same goal. We always end up in war. We always end up supporting the letter I group. Okay, we always funding them and always supporting them. And if you say anything or do anything against them, it always seems like these candidates start out strong. Yes, pro-America. Yes. No matter not. I'm not just talking about the seat of the presidency. I'm talking about Congress. I'm talking about the Senate. I'm talking about all of these people, okay? They start out dynamic. Yes, America first. We're going to cut taxes. We're going to support America. We're going to do all of this. And then all of a sudden, the letter I shows up. And you're like, what happened to my politician? Okay, so let me tell you what happened, okay? So let me play this video, and then we will dive a little bit deeper into how come these politicians just all of a sudden they're pro-America, wanting to support us, and then all of a sudden things are just completely different. All right, so we're going to play this video so that you know exactly who AIPAC is and how they support people and what they do. So let's play this video.
AIPAC. You may have heard our name, but how much do you really know about AIPAC? AIPAC is an American organization that works to strengthen the U.S.-Israel relationship. This partnership advances America's interests and democratic values and helps keep Israel safe. Our 6 million members are U.S. citizens, Democrats, Republicans, and independents from every part of the country who urge our elected leaders to enact pro-Israel policies. This includes expanding America's defense partnership with Israel, supporting life-saving security assistance, confronting Iran and its terror proxies, and promoting peace and normalization. Being pro-Israel is good policy, and AIPAC members make sure it's good politics, too. We raise money to help elect pro-Israel candidates for Congress from both parties. And we take the political fight to our opponents, helping defeat anti-Israel candidates running for the House or Senate. AIPAC is leading the fight in Washington to secure the future of the U.S.-Israel relationship. The actions of pro-Israel Americans today will help determine the future of this bond and the fate of both countries.
Okay. So you've seen that whole thing. And so now you know. Okay. So now you know. All right. One of the things they said is to keep Israel safe. So at the very beginning, they said that they're American people, right? They're Americans that are lobbying for the I group, but yet it's to keep the I group safe, not Americans safe. Okay. So you guys see what I am talking about here? This is why there is such a divide right now with MAGA. And this is why people are so upset, because we were sold a bunch of different things. And then all of a sudden we get sold out due to this group. And one thing they said, it's both sides. So we can't really say, okay, so it's just all the Democrats. Okay. It's all the Democrats that are sold out by this group that are supporting the I group, the I people. Okay. Nope. It's both sides. Okay. And I even heard different things and read different things. And I've even seen on their site that they actually said that they even have independents as well, that third group that we don't really hear very much about. So both all three, Republicans, Democrats, and independents. So they all rally them around. Okay. So they influence who gets put into power in our elections, which makes me think maybe this really isn't so fair. I mean, like, are we just throwing away our votes? Because if the person is actually really pro-America and AIPAC, this lobbying group, doesn't like these candidates, they're going to throw lots and lots of money out there. Okay, I'm going to give you an example. There is actually an example of that. Okay, so there are, not saying that I fully agree with these candidates, but there's actually a couple candidates that were very much against what the I country, the I group was doing or is doing to the poor Palestinians, right? Okay, so they were like, for a ceasefire, let's stop. You know, things are not looking good. We need to stop doing these poor people. Over 50% are children, lots and lots of women, innocent people. We need to stop. Okay, so there's actually a woman. Her name is Cori Bush. In 2024, she in the Democratic primary for Missouri's 1st congressional district. Bush was defeated by Wesley Ball, with AIPAC Super PAC spending millions and millions of dollars to support Bell's campaign. So in essence, she got pushed out of the way, okay, because she wanted a ceasefire. She wanted to stop funding these useless wars and harming and unliving people. She wanted to stop doing that. Okay, so they weeded her out. Not saying I agree with all of her politics, but I'm just showing the amount of power that these lobbying groups have. They say they're Americans, which they actually should be registered under group, which we will talk about later. So all of her voting, we go down to the voting booth and say, I want this candidate. Okay, and all the whole time they have this lobbying group in their back pockets paying. Okay, paying their way. And I actually was researching, stumbled upon this research, and actually a lot of journalists, I've discovered this through some other journalists and just researching on my own, this site, and it actually shows all the candidates, I mean, Senate, Congress, even presidents over the last few years that have received millions of dollars. Okay, millions and millions of dollars. I am going to pull that up for you so that you can see for yourself. And I'm just going to scroll. We're not going to hang out on one particular person, but we're just going to scroll a little bit so that you can actually see for yourself the amount of people, okay, that are actually, they have their back pockets. Okay, the foreign lobby. So I'm going to add this here. Okay. So as you can see, all these people here, I am going to scroll. Okay. All these people, Georgia, all of them. Okay. And the ones that don't have their back pockets filled with this group. Okay, so we have Marjorie Taylor Greene here. Okay, and it shows her. It says AMP 2020. This representative has not signaled support for overturning Citizens United. We encourage this representative to continue improving their legislative record on Israel-Palestine issues. Okay, so there's so many. So this may need to be updated because as of recently, Marjorie Taylor Greene, she's very, very, very much, pro-America. And then we have other candidates here. Okay, so as you guys can see, keep scrolling, and then it calls out those who are actually approved. So this gentleman right here, he has not received any money. Hopefully that you can see that he has not received any money from AIPAC. Okay, so as you can see there, so many politicians have their pockets filled. Okay, so I wanted to show that to you. There's another one more recently. Okay, so we all know in the news lately, speaking about Thomas Massie. So there's some beef between President Trump and Thomas Massie. Okay, this goes way, way, way back because he is definitely America first. He is for putting the Kentucky citizens first, not in forever wars, not having his pockets filled with foreign money. He's like, you know what? We really need to focus here. Okay. So unfortunately, President Trump does not like him. All right. And Marion Adelson, which actually donated over $200 million, I think it's upwards to $230 million to President Trump's campaign. And that's the reason why he made Jerusalem. Okay. We heard that right recently, the embassy, the Jerusalem. All right. Not because he's a great devout Christian, definitely not. It's because he was donated, okay, by these lobbying. They're lobbying for these I groups, this I country, okay, the letter I country, okay. So as of recently, Marion Adelson, who actually, she's a very, very, very wealthy billionaire, casinos, all things. Her husband, he unfortunately passed away, but they had lots of money in the casino industry, very, very wealthy. They throw lots and lots of money to pro-I causes, country I, the letter I causes, okay, and candidates that are pro the letter I, okay. All right, so recently, because there's some beef and things that President Trump does not like about Thomas Massie because he was not for bad things happening in Iran, bombing Iran. Okay. So he's like, no, we don't need to do that on behalf of Israel. So President Trump was very mad with him about that. So he's trying to put a candidate against him. And the gentleman his name is Ed Gilrain. Okay. Galrain. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. He's actually in Kentucky running now. Okay. It's not working, but Miriam Adelson, okay, who actually donated lots and lots of money to AIPAC, okay, this foreign lobbying group. She donated lots and lots of money to them. She's also pledging to donate $20 million towards the person, this Ed Gilrain, who's running against Thomas Massie. Okay, so they're trying to influence how the American elections are going. Okay, instead of the people of America voting, hey, this is who I want. These people are here, the best candidate. We have a foreign lobby interfering with our elections. Guys. I'm just flabbergasted because over and over and over again, we are seeing this. And that's why myself as an American, I said this in yesterday's video, I don't even know if it's even worth voting anymore. I've seen candidates that are actually running for governor in the state of Florida. I'm not going to talk about that. I would do more research. That'll be in my series that I'll probably start next year because it's kind of too early to start talking about Florida governors. I'll start that series next year. But I've recently learned there are so many Florida candidates, okay, that their back pockets are filled with these lobbies, AIPAC, okay? So over and over and over again, I mean, just purely crazy. Okay, purely crazy. All right, so I see all of your comments coming in. Okay, this person right here, I will show. All right, so this person says Cori Bush was an informal member of the squad and is a BLM activist, so no, great loss. Yes, I totally understand what you're saying. However, the fact that we had a lobby They say they're American, a foreign lobby that's actually putting money elsewhere to get these people out and trying to influence our elections. That's what I'm talking about, instead of letting the people vote. So yes, appreciate your comment. I get what you're saying, but at the same time, okay? All right, so I'm going to play this video for you. Marjorie Taylor Greene, she actually brought up something very interesting, okay? So members of Congress, every August, they go on recess, okay? They go on vacation. They're like, okay, I'm going to go spend time with my family, that kind of thing. Vacation time, like some of us can take vacations, okay? So Congress goes on vacation. Every other August, AIPAC says, hey, guys, you want to go to Israel? You want to go to the letter I country? So they do. So all these members, they run, frolic to see who can go to the I country as many times as possible. So they go every other year, and they spend lots and lots of time there. This is all funded by this AIPAC, this lobbying group, okay? So it's all funded by them, and it's to get them to manipulate their mind, their senses, their judgment, because they have been, you know, flown in and wined and dined and all these things. So when it comes time to get down to business, when they really want to, you know, show support for the people they're supposed to be representing here in the United States, they actually feel kind of funny, like, you know what? I gave, you know, my time and energy to the I country, and AIPAC spent their money on me. They gave me millions of dollars. I kind of feel a little loyal. I feel funny, you know, that I can't, you know, help the people that I'm representing. But at the same time, I want to, you know, show support because, you know, AIPAC, they gave me this money. I really want to, you know, be loyal to them. And I really want to, you know, show support to the I country. Okay. So they have this false conviction. All right. So Marjorie Taylor Greene, she's going to mention this, and you guys can see this for yourself, because I thought it was really, 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 really interesting about how they go about doing this. Okay. So I'm going to pull up this video for you so that you can see for yourself. Let's get this the stage.
Israel is the only country I know of that has some sort of incredible influence and control over nearly every single one of my colleagues. And it is, I don't know how to explain it.
No one wants to feel like their position has been bought and paid for, but these politicians, they have. And so I can see why AIPAC would get mad if these politicians then turned on them and didn't support. You know, it's like, what did my 3,800 times 3 get me if you're not going to vote for my issues?
Exactly. Because AIPAC are Americans, therefore they can legally donate to members of Congress and senators. So let's talk about how that works. AIPAC takes every single that they can, freshman member of Congress or first year in Congress, they take them on a very special trip to Israel in August. August is our recess. It's our month-long district work period. That's
Dems and Republicans, or just Republicans?
They take both of them.
Okay. So there you see it. Okay. So she said they take both of them and they manipulate them. They wine and dine them. So then you feel pressured to support them. Okay. So remember, in order for us to go to war, for the United States to go to war, it has to go through Congress, right? So if there's certain foreign lobbying group that's for this certain thing, that's also paying these politicians and putting money towards their campaigns and in their pockets, they're going to do it. They're going to do what the foreign lobby says to do. Okay. They're going to do that. So I want you to keep that in mind, okay? So one other thing before I wrap this video up, okay? In 2024, AIPAC spent $100 million, okay? $100 million in 389 congressional races, 389, okay? 318 of those candidates won. That's what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I am talking about. Our elections are of no use if our candidates are bought and paid for. Okay? Bought and paid for, clearly. It's of no use. let me know once this video is over, or leave comments what you guys think. If you knew all about this, I have more. I'm still digging, searching all the things, but this is very interesting. I learned a lot, still learning, more to share, diving deeper. Let me know what you guys think. In the meantime, this video was a lot to put together, a lot of research, all the things. So be sure to subscribe, support, share all the things. And I thank you all so much for being here, and I'll see you all in the next video. Stay tuned.